Let's talk about a place that's so much more than it seems. It's a place of ritual, community, and some surprisingly bloody history.
That's right. We're diving into the enduring buzz of the barbershop. When you think of a barbershop, what comes to mind? For me, it's the smell of tonic, the sound of clippers, the feel of a worn-in leather chair.
Sure, it's a familiar ritual. You go for a trim, a shave, maybe chat about last night's Suns game. But what if that simple haircut connects you to a tradition involving ancient priests and medieval surgeons?
How exciting! The barbershop is one of the world's oldest professions, and its story is fascinating. It's a tale of how a simple trade became a cornerstone of society, a safe haven, and a cultural touchstone.
So today, from ancient Egypt to the bustling shops right here in modern-day Arizona, let's explore the rich history of a place where you go to get cleaned up.
So where does the story even begin? Long before the first hipster beard was meticulously shaped and the sharpest of fades, barbers were actually some of the most respected people in their communities. We're talking ancient times, where they were often priests or medicine men.
Priests, really.
They used sharpened flint or oyster shells to cut the hair, and the belief was that cutting hair could actually expel evil spirits. This made the barber a key figure in, wait for it, spiritual matters.
Okay. Fast forward to ancient Greece and Rome, and barbershops, or tastrina, as they were called, became the epicenters of social life. Men would gather not just for a haircut, but to debate philosophy and catch up on gossip. They were the original community hubs.
Fun fact, the Latin word tonstrina literally means barbershop, from the word tonsor, which means barber or clipper. A young Roman's first shave was a huge public ceremony called the depositio barbae.
And things took a bloody turn in the Middle Ages. Barbers had steady hands and sharp tools, so their job description expanded a lot. They became barber surgeons.
Barber surgeons. So they were doing more than just a shave and a haircut.
Oh yeah, they were pulling teeth, setting bones, bloodletting, and performing other minor surgeries. They had the sharpest blades around, so they were the go-to for any procedure that needed an incision.
Definition time. Bloodletting was the withdrawal of small quantities of blood from a patient to cure or prevent illness and disease. It was one of the most common medical practices for almost 2,000 years.
In the barber pole, I've always wondered about that. It's not just a decoration, is it?
Not at all. It's a direct advertisement from the bloodletting days. Think about it. The pole itself represents the staff that the patients would grip to make their veins pop out.
Okay.
The red stripe symbolizes the blood, and the white stripe represents the clean bandages.
And the blue stripe?
There's a debate on that. Many historians believe the blue stripe was added in the United States simply to be patriotic and include the colors of the flag. Others say it represents the veins.
And the spinning motion is meant to look like those bloody bandages twisting in the wind as they hung outside the shop to dry.
That is so much darker than I thought. So when did they stop doing surgery?
So thankfully, the medical world has advanced. A bill was passed in 1745 that officially separated barbers from the surgeons, but the barbers got to keep the pole.
And here in the United States, the barbershops became a mainstay on Main Street. It became an especially vital institution for African Americans after the Civil War. Barbering was a path to economic independence, and Black-owned barbershops became sanctuaries, a place to speak freely, organize, build community. They even played a crucial role in the civil rights movement.
In our modern age of social media and remote work, that physical face-to-face connection you get at a barbershop feels more important than ever. Sociologists call it a third place.
The term third place was coined by urban sociologist Ray Oldenburg. It refers to places where people spend time between their first place home and their second place work. Think cafes, libraries, parks, and barbershops.
It's one of the few places left where people from all walks of life can just sit down and talk. And as small independent businesses, they anchor our local economies. Many shops host community events like back-to-school drives and fundraisers.
And there's a unique trust between a barber and their client. that chair becomes a safe space. The barber often becomes a confidant, an unspoken therapist, especially for men who might not open up anywhere else.
It's so true. There are even organizations now like Lions for Life that are partnering with shops to give barbers mental health first aid training so they can better support their clients.
And let's not forget the confidence boost. A great haircut can completely change how you feel. One study found that 81% of men feel most confident in the 2 weeks right after a haircut. Barbers are like identity consultants.
Okay, so we know they're community hubs, but behind the scenes, it's a business.
For a barber working in a shop, there are two main models. The first is chair rental. The barber is an independent contractor who pays the shop owner a flat weekly or monthly fee to rent their station.
So they keep 100% of their earnings after paying rent. It sounds like it offers a lot of freedom, but also a lot of risk. So if you have a slow week, you still got to pay that rent.
Exactly. It's best for experienced barbers with a loyal client base. The other model is commission. This is more like a traditional employee. The barber earns a percentage of the revenue from each service, usually a split like 60-40 in their favor.
That offers more stability, especially for new barbers, since the shop handles the marketing and gets walk-in traffic. But what about the owners? Is owning a barbershop profitable?
It definitely can be. A well-managed shop can see a respectable net profit margin. But the real secret is that the most successful shops don't just sell haircuts. A barber's time is limited, so smart owners diversify.
You mean with things like add-on services, upselling a beard trim, or a hot towel shave?
Exactly. And also by selling retail products like pomades and beard oils, which have a great markup. A growing trend is also offering memberships, a monthly fee for a certain number of cuts, which creates a predictable, reoccurring revenue stream.
The barbershop might be an old tradition, but it's not stuck in the past. Technology is constantly reshaping the industry. The first big leap was the electric clipper back in 1921.
And that was invented by Leo J. Wall. He designed a handheld clipper with an electromagnetic motor and began selling them to barbershops. By 1921, his factory was mass-producing them, and the Wall Clipper Corporation was born.
Online booking platforms and mobile apps are standard now. They're convenient for clients, and they help shops reduce no-shows.
And the lines between barbershops and salons are blurring. Traditionally, barbershops were for men's clippers, cuts, and shaves, while salons were for women's scissor work and coloring.
But now men's grooming has surged. Guys are seeking services like hair coloring or facials, which has led to the rise of these hybrid men's grooming centers that offer the best of both worlds.
But it's not all smooth sailing. The industry faces some real headaches, like shortage of skilled barbers. And there's competition from unlicensed barbers who operate without proper training, which is a public health risk. Surgery is hard.
Let's bring it home and talk about the local scene right here in Arizona. It's a regulated profession here, overseen by the Arizona State Board of Barbers. To get a license, you need 1,200 hours of training.
That board has a long history. The laws governing barbering in Arizona were first established way back in 1931 to ensure standards of sanitation and professionalism.
And that professionalism has cultivated a rich culture. You can see it in some of the state's standout shops. For example, Aggie's Barbershop in Chandler and Phoenix has been a pillar of the community for over 25 years, hosting voter registration drives, youth mentorship programs.
Then you have a classic like Arcadia Barbershop in Phoenix. It's been family-owned since 1968, and it's famous for its old-school, welcoming atmosphere and tension-relieving neck massages.
For a more modern vibe, there's the Signature Barbershop in Scottsdale and Chandler, which embodies that hybrid model, blending tradition with trendy cuts.
And we have to mention Famous Cuts and Arizona Fresh Barbershop, both in Phoenix, known for their community involvement, hosting annual back-to-school events with free haircuts and school supplies for the local kiddos.
So the barbershop has survived for millennia. It's not just because people always need haircuts, but also because it serves a deeper human need for connection. It's evolved from a place of ritual and bloody surgery to a modern hub of commerce and community.
The future lies in blending that rich tradition with modern innovation. The shops that thrive will be the ones that honor the timeless art of barbering while embracing technology and, most importantly, doubling down on their role as a place where anyone can sit in the chair, get a great cut, and feel like they belong.
To find great community-focused barbershops in your neighborhood, check out the directory at hometownhawk.com.